Okay, we are back. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. We were on a few minutes ago, and Bradley encountered some technical problems. We're back now.
Thank you. Yeah, so hello everybody. My name is Bradley Powers. Welcome to Bradley Powers Esoteric Hours with Jim Andre.
I'm your co-host, Jim Andre, and as I said, we were on earlier, and we had some technical difficulties. We're back to give it another try.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you for joining me, Jim.
Okay, Sam Thomas is with us. How you doing, Sam? And there's Jim McFarlane. How you doing, Jim? Tanya Maitland is with us. How you doing, guys? She's saying hello, Tanya.
Right, here we go. And yes, it's a pleasure to join you. We'll be discussing paranormal phenomena. Is it real? I was talking to an atheist recently, today actually, and he said to me, as an atheist, he said, paranormal phenomena does not exist. It's not real. You can't prove it's real. So therefore it does not exist. And Professor Brian Cox says the Hadron Collider is proof that ghosts and spirits don't exist. And like he is a scientist, therefore, and a physicist, therefore he knows, and he knows that they don't exist. So therefore he must be telling the truth. And he's also suggesting that, so I said science is a religion, basically. Science is a religion, and I can understand him saying what he's saying, because
Kristen and Vic.
Science is a religion. And he said, no, science is not a religion. I said, it is because...
Jim says he's not feeling well. I hope you feel better, Jim.
Sorry to hear that, Jim, basically. I'm getting the ratings up now. They're all flocking to see me and you, Jim, with our hats on, I reckon. Basically. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Kirsten Anvik says, well, I know something exists and that she's an artist.
Whoop. Here you go. Yeah. Hello, friends. I'm in the right place.
So have you finished sharing everything?
Yeah, discussing paranormal phenomena. Yeah, basically. What's going on here? Live?
Yeah, your video is working properly now, so I think we're good now.
So why won't it? Because okay. Do that one there.
Bradley Chester is with us. Says, howdy peeps. How you doing, Bradley? We got another Bradley in the house.
Another Bradley?
Yeah, Bradley Chester.
Must be a wise man to have a name like Bradley Chester.
Daisy's with us. Hi, Daisy. How you doing?
Yes, basically. Yeah. What? Bradley Chester's washing. He hired Daisy. Daisy Chester's in the house. That's excellent news. And yes, that's all good. I've got to show the pages again.
Now let's get back to where we were, Bradley. What was you saying that alien looked like? that you've seen?
Yeah, so has anybody seen an extraterrestrial? I have. I actually witnessed seeing an extraterrestrial at my brother's home. It manifested itself in front of me for 5 to 8 seconds. Let's say that, shall we? It wasn't very long. And what happened was, either the cloaking device failed, enabling me to see the extraterrestrial, or the extraterrestrial wanted me to see her. I know the extraterrestrial was a she. I know that. Okay, I know that for a fact. Well, I just do.
How could you tell by the general appearance, or
it's a vibration I received from her that she was feminine. That's the feeling I got from her. We didn't commune with each other. No telepathy exchanged between each other. However, I just knew she was feminine. I knew that, but I couldn't. I know of over 80 different species of extraterrestrials, and I've never seen this kind of extraterrestrial before. And the nearest I could suggest that this extraterrestrial that I was looking at resembled was, believe it or not, this is no joke, Steven Spielberg's E.T. reminded me of this extraterrestrial to a degree, not accurately, but to a degree. That's the only.
Corrine Gurno says, I had so many unexplained events happen to me. I even pulled crystals out of my dream and had given it to a medicine man who said he saw it in his dream. Kirsten Anvik says, I have seen many beings in light. Jim McFarland says, I thought I saw 3 alien grays in my bedroom late at night. Now, that particular incident I know about because he told me about that. Well, I knew about that anyway, but.
I sent it message.
David Nash is with us. Hi, David.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you near us.
Sam Thomas is asking, why is science so interested in such a spiritual religion? I mean, belief and spirituality is a sporadic experience with different individuals. And I guess what science tries to do is prove it in some way.
Basically, well, I know I saw.
Yeah, David Nash is asking, is Jenna not going to be able to make it? No, she's got a power outage at this time. She was unable to appear on the show.
That's okay. We'll miss her. Maybe we'll catch her another time.
Yeah, she'll be on. We can reschedule.
Yeah.
Megan Deere says hello. Hello, Megan.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Today we're going to be discussing extraterrestrials and paranormal phenomena. I actually spoke to an atheist today who actually suggested to me that spiritual entities and ghosts don't exist. There's no evidence to suggest that they do. And paranormal phenomena is not real. There are not people blessed with psychic gifts. That's impossible and it's not true. I said to him, I believe that atheism is science is a religion. That's what I believe. That atheists follow, and atheists are not open-minded. Atheists are narrow-minded, one-track-minded, closed-minded, and they follow a religion. Whereas spiritualists are open-minded to the concept of all things, and he actually was not happy and was not impressed with what I was suggesting. In fact, he said, I don't know what I'm talking about, basically. And I said, actually, I do know what I'm talking about because I've experienced paranormal phenomena all my life. And he hasn't experienced any paranormal phenomena. Sorry, Jim.
Sam Thomas says that's one area that none will know about until we go.
What paranormal phenomena? My life has been blessed with quantum mysticism, a field of science that's not fully understood by science and physicists. And I've encountered spiritual entities most of my life, and so I know from my experiences that spiritual entities are real, extraterrestrials are real because I've encountered one on one occasion, and so I know that they are genuinely real. If you've never experienced paranormal phenomena in your life, or never experienced an extraterrestrial in your life, then I can understand you would struggle to believe what I'm saying is true. And I can understand that, and I haven't got a problem with that. I'm not here to convince you or to have a debate with you about it. What I'm here to do is share my experiences and encounters. Jim has had encounters with paranormal phenomena and extraterrestrials.
Kirsten says, like ghosts hanging out in my room, and they showed me the earth that was encased in a sheath, suffocating, and it needed a surgical blade to break through and heal it. Jim McFarland says science is full of crap, always trying to discredit people.
And yeah, basically. Well, science, I suggested to the atheist that I was speaking to, a very nice guy. I didn't want to fall out with him. And we were struggling to agree with each other on anything, to be honest with you. And I actually said, I can understand. He has a right to his opinion, a right to his beliefs. I can understand that. And yes, I haven't got a problem with his beliefs, because he says James Randi offers $1 million to any psychic that can go there and prove to them that they are a psychic or psychic medium. No one's come forward to accept this offer of winning $1 million. Therefore, this is proof that psychic mediums and psychics do not exist. That's what this proves. And which actually I don't agree with that either. Harry Houdini also was an atheist who didn't believe in paranormal phenomena. And but I have encountered it most of my life. I didn't know it existed. I have encountered it, so therefore I know it's real. And I know it's real because I've encountered it all my life, from age 9 and especially age 12. So you couldn't say I was delusional or on drugs, because at age 12, my mind was totally clear. And a lot of people experience paranormal phenomena or are blessed with paranormal phenomenal gifts. Either you're born with it, you either are blessed with it when you reach the age of puberty, or a traumatic event in your life, like a close relation dying or something, a trauma, a car crash in your life, can actually cause psychic abilities to manifest in your mind and be created. That's how it works, basically.
Sam Thomas says some things are better left alone. Are we opening a lot of doors for them to enter, or are we learning how to fight the enemy, as I believe we will one day?
Life is about if you've been blessed with paranormal phenomenal experiences,
that all depends, Bradley, whether it's a positive experience or a negative one.
In my case, I've experienced,
as far as being blessed with it is concerned.
Yeah, I've experienced both paranormal phenomenal, good, malevolent spiritual entities and benevolent spiritual entities. I've experienced both kinds, and in general, I would say it was an honor even to experience malevolent entities, because to think that I was worthy of their time to actually attack me in the first place was quite amazing. The thing is, I've experienced both. And sorry,
Corrine has got a question. She says she astral projects. How can I better understand the locations I end up in?
In my case, I am not an astral projectionist. I'm not over. I know people that have astral projectionists. I believe it's real, it's genuine, and I'm not too familiar with astral projectioning myself. But I know people that are. I believe it to be real, a genuine gift to be blessed with, and you could use it, to travel all kinds of locations. Some people, like starseeds, recognise they were extraterrestrials or starseeds in the past, and they can astral project, like they might have been as a starseed a Lyran, therefore they can astral project as a Lyran, basically. Yeah, people can astral project.
Lisa Hale is with us. Hi, Lisa.
Have you ever astral projected, Jim?
I have on a couple of occasions, yes. I don't do it, you know, with me, it's automatic. I've had a couple of experiences. I mean, I don't practice initiating it.
Wow. So you know what I'm saying is truly, you don't practice initiate it, or you have experienced
It
it.
just happened, yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
Wow, it happened at random. You wasn't in control of
Random,
this phenomena, basically. You weren't in control of it. It just happened. Wow.
If you want, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and read it. You can go ahead and read what David Nash is saying here.
Okay, hang on. Just bear with me a minute. David Nash says, I know personally a woman who did Randy's test and passed, and they did not give her the $1 million. She's in the UK. I think you know her too, Brad. Also a good friend of Barry John Bauer. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, David, because that's information that I should absorb and be aware of. And I wasn't familiar with that. So thank you,
Yeah, that's
David.
interesting, yeah.
Very wise man is David. And thank you for sharing that with me so much, because I will actually look into that as well. I wasn't aware that someone come forward, basically. Yes, because
Jenna Lee is with us. She's saying that the electricity went down in my area 3 times now. I have no idea why. The weather is beautiful.
I think the reason why your electricity went down is because they knew, Jenna Lee, that you was going to be appearing on the legendary show Esoteric Hours, and that was an issue for them, a problem. That could be one of the reasons. What do you reckon, Jim?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me.
A glitch in the network, glitch in the matrix, maybe.
Well, it's just like you at the beginning of the show when we first you had a problem. We had to restart the show. Sam Thomas says, I do not want to run into an alien. I haven't heard anything good that came from it. No probing, my motto. I do know who to call if I do.
Sam Thomas, I'd like to share with you that there are malevolent extraterrestrials and benevolent extraterrestrials.
That's right. There's good and bad in all species. That's correct.
That's right. And so, like, meeting an extraterrestrial might be a blessing for you, or it could be a curse. It could be either one or the other, basically. Yeah. God, I'm doing really well with sharing, basically. Yeah. Yes, I thank you again for sharing that about James Randi. I didn't realise that, and I would look into that as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and like I have my co-host with me, Jim Andre, who's a legend. He shares words of wisdom using esoteric intellect blessed with diplomacy. And like, so you can't get him to argue with you or about anything. He can only share words of wisdom with you, which is what he does because he's a professional at it. Now, what have we got here? Anybody else? Cheap scammers. What about cheap scammers? Well, I must confess, Joe Pawlowski, there are frauds out there. Some psychics are frauds.
No, he's talking about he's talking about the $1 million that wasn't given. That was
right, yeah. What cheap scammers? Because when you say well, I had this atheist was saying to me, I said science is a religion, and he said to me, actually it's not. And I said, he said to me, what about people who charge? They're fakes. And I said, well, some people who charge for their services, like psychics or mediums, have got to put food on the table. Therefore, they charge for a service. And as long as they're providing the service and the person receiving the service is happy with the references presented to them and the validations, then I can't see why there's a problem. Me and Jim do not charge for our services. We provide the service.
No, we don't.
You with the service.
Kirsten says, I was led to get a tattoo during an intense initiation. I didn't know what the image meant or why I was to get an alien protection symbol like Jim's. So, Kirsten, you have an alien tattoo as well?
Hi, Candy. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you near us. Basically, Candy is in the house. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not shouting out to everybody. Sam Thomas, Lisa Ale, Jenna Lee, thank you. Kirsten Anvik, basically everybody. Joe Pawlowski, Candy Fowler.
Lisa Ayo says, my sister asked me last night if she remembered being abducted as a child. I told her I would be going outside and couldn't get in our house because the doors and windows were locked. Everyone was asleep inside the house. I was only 4 years old. Do you have recollection of that, Lisa? Yeah, so Kirsten says she does have an alien tattoo. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh, that'd be nice to see that, wouldn't it, as well, basically?
Yeah, it's she says warrior, princess, alien. One of these days, Kirsten, when you get time, maybe snap a photograph of that and send me a picture of that. That'd be interesting.
I'd like to respond. Yeah, David, you probably responded to this already. No, Jenny Lee will not be appearing on this show. However, she will be appearing on the show probably within the next 7 days, but not today because she suffered with an electrical cut. Her electric has been cut off, and this has stopped her from appearing on the show. And she's very disappointed that she's missing out on this show, and she will be appearing soon. Basically.
Lisa Ayo says, I have something I have to get removed from my middle lower back. It has bothered me since 2017. And Lisa Ayo says, yes, she does remember that, clear as day.
Wow. Basically. Yeah,
Lisa,
so today...
Lisa, do you have any recollection on what actually took place, or is it hard to remember exactly what transpired? Yeah, Kirsten said she'll send me a picture. Thank you, Kirsten. She said, yes, for sure. It's round like yours. Boy, that's interesting. That must mean something. It's funny, Kirsten and we connected on LinkedIn, I believe. And I believe, people that connect, become good connections and good friends. There's a reason for that. Yeah, so Lisa was saying about that, something she's had in her lower back. That must be an implant of some sort. When she gets that removed, it'd be interesting to find out what that is.
And I've interviewed loads of alien contactees and alien abductees, and I have encountered many of them with implants, gone to have them looked at by practitioners who have actually said that they don't know what they are, how they got there, these implants. And that actually is also another validation that extraterrestrials do exist, because these implants have been classed as by practitioners as alien. They don't recognize them. Some people have asked them to be removed. Some people have left them where they are. And some say there are tracking devices. They also measure your statistics of your body, heartbeat, blood, heart, blood, many statistics of your body. It's also tracking devices. Pretty harmless to a degree.
I believe aliens existed long before humanity.
Agreed. From what I understand, the Anunnaki arrived 460,000 years ago, and when they arrived, the Pleiades were here, and the reptilians were here, the Alpha Draconians were here. There was a massive war. Alpha Draconians were driven underground, reptilians went underground. Pleiadians left this our solar system, left our Earth, and the Anunnaki reigned supreme on our planet. And that's what I believe happened 460,000 years ago. Hence, yet before mankind were around, basically. allegedly, you know, basically. Although there has been like the will items, artifacts have been found possibly 3 million years old, like the wheel encrusted in rock, hammer encrusted in rock, like a few million years old, suggesting that mankind was around then, which doesn't actually sound feasible. So I'm not quite sure how that would work, unless they were Time Lords that went back in time.
Sam Thomas says, I agree with your comment, Jim. With certain people are connected together. It's funny we connect in such the oddest places. Yeah, it is. But they connect for a reason, is my opinion.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Jim is saying here. Aliens created man, not an imaginary man in the sky, as Bible thumpers believe.
Regarding the Lord God Almighty, I don't think he is a man in the sky either. I agree with that. Basically, I reckon he is in the Bible. He's an entity, and like, is he a he as well? That's debatable. Entity, well, like Jehovah, you got Jehovah. Yeah, so the God in the Bible is an entity, whereas the prime creator source is an energy, basically. So who's not in the Bible, not listed in the Bible. So like, yeah, you got prime creator source is an energy, neither male nor female, yet masculine and feminine. Prime creator source, creator of the multiverse, and the God from the Bible is an entity, creator of the universe. I know that's debatable, but that's a theory that's held by many.
I like that.
Honest.
No, that's good.
Kirsten says, I had an implant metal placed by my C-section line. My life was saved, and I noticed it weeks after surgery and removed the piece. Small, like metal device, maybe.
Yeah.
Sam Thomas says, thank you, Jim and Bradley. What if aliens are spirits?
Aliens are extraterrestrials. If they're from this planet, they frequently visit this planet, or they live under the surface of the earth, beneath the oceans. They are extraterrestrials.
Well, they're also interdimensional, which could
Absolutely
make them seem like a spirit. Yeah.
I was actually going to get to that. They're also some. Well, they're not aliens. Aliens exist, but they've never actually been here to Earth. Extraterrestrials do exist, and they actually frequently come to Earth, or they actually live on Earth. And then you've got, like what Jim said, you've got multi-dimensional entities, you've got interdimensional entities, and therefore, and then you've got spiritual entities, like all from different dimensions. So you have to take that into consideration as well.
Sam Thomas is asking, then why are they still probing then, Bradley? Well, they do that to keep track of progress, I guess, right?
Yes. They like bums, basically, human bums, and they are probing human bums because they're collecting DNA, tissue samples, and fetus is as well, like human fetus. And like and some of them are kinky, I admit that.
Yeah, Lisa Ao says it feels like something is trying to work its way out of my back. Well, eventually it just may do that, unless you decide to get it surgically removed.
I like what Sam Thomas says. Damn, it's hard to leave this awesome show, and I have to chat one to myself. Yeah,
Jim McFarland says God and Jesus are both extraterrestrials, and I agree with that myself.
Well, some say that Jesus, if he was an extraterrestrial and not the Son of God, he could be a Pleiadian. Some say if Jesus Christ was not the Son of God, he could be an Arcturian. How about that for a choice? Or he could be. He is a prophet, like no doubt in that. But yeah, he could be Arcturian, Pleiadian, or the Son of God, and that's debatable as well, is it? Really? Because does God exist? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. The Hadron Collider suggests that there is no God. Science says there is no God. However, they're searching for the God frequency.
Yeah, they're searching for what they term the God particle.
The God
right?
particle, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
the God particle. Thank
So
you for correcting me, Jim.
yeah, well, my opinion is the extent of God is the energy that moves us. Okay, it's a energetic source that makes all things possible. So you have the energy, your consciousness, and the air that you breathe is in my opinion God. That's just what makes all things possible. And
And
the
God is love.
universe, everything, the universe, right, and everything within it is the universe experiencing itself in a gazillion different ways all at one time. So
And some people are tuned into the God frequency, but if you're not tuned into the God frequency, then how do you expect to believe God exists or the God frequency exists? I can understand you not believing. However, like some Christians, some Jehovah's Witnesses, or some religious people are tuned into the God frequency. Like you speak to a Jehovah's Witness, they are passionately in love, and they enjoy talking about Jehovah because they're tuned into the God frequency. And like you are, or you're not, basically.
Russ Coelho is asking, after years of searching, but why there's no tangible evidence that aliens exist? Well, there is evidence to certain individuals who have had the experience. To others, they don't know because they haven't experienced it. They will make themselves known worldwide when the time is right. Because it's my opinion that they will be here to save man from man himself.
I'm getting some I don't know if you're getting all of this. I'm getting the Book of Enoch calls aliens Skywalkers. Yeah, Book of Enoch, he mentions extraterrestrials, and his book was removed from the Bible, basically. The Apocryphus, I think it's called, is 13 books that have been removed from the Bible. In fact, if the Bible is such a book of lies and a book of fallacies, why has a book of the Bible been so heavily censored and like so many books removed? Why has it been heavily
the
censored?
ones they removed is where the truth lies.
Yeah, basically.
Jim McFarlane is saying the earth belongs to aliens, not humans. Us humans are the experiments, and I agree with that as well.
Yeah, that's true. I believe with that. Like
atom. And technically, the earth doesn't belong to man. Man belongs to the earth.
Agreed. Yeah, very good point, Jim. Very good point. Yeah, and Adam is atom. An atom, the atom could have come from Mars, and when it comes to Earth, then like the genes were spliced and manifested into Adam. That's not impossible either. A theory, I know, everything's debatable. Yeah, so the atom of Adam come from Mars. And Mars was a dying planet, that's why they come here. That's not impossible either.
Hey, you can read this one. Read this one off from David Nash.
I believe, David Nash, thank you for sharing your views with us. I believe aliens are deep in spirit, some tied to our spirituality, watching over to some main protecting their here's possibility. I think it's a soul family thing as well.
I believe all things are connected.
Well, David Nash. And look what David Nash is saying. John Edwards, you're familiar with John Edwards, David Nash? So am I. John Edwards says, and I respect his opinion very much, says the Arcturians are the first original rulers of the earth, and we still live under their power. Under the Arcturian Covenant, which was a mistranslation of Aramic Ark of the Covenant, so he can prove it mathematically. He's interesting to listen to anyway. If we're talking about the same John Edwards is a psychic medium, very accurate at what he suggests. And you got many benevolent forms of extraterrestrials and you got malevolent. Benevolent are Pleiadians, Nordics, Blue Avians, and Arcturians, to name but a few, are benevolent. And I also would suggest it's possible that the Arcturians are divine and even celestial, but I could be pushing it celestial. However, I do think the Arcturians are divine, so are the Pleiadians as well, divine, and the Nordics, Oh, what is that? Thomas Lynch says Bradley Power hit the nail on the head when he said Arcturian Jesus. I wonder still if Arcturian is where it all began. Yeah, that's right, an Arcturian Jesus. Okay, that's not impossible as well. Yes, Candy Fowler, thank you very much. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Candy Fowler says that John Edwards is a medium guy. Yes, he is. He talks very fast indeed, and he can pick up on spiritual entities, relatives that are surround your person. He can pick up on them. He talks really fast, and like he's very accurate indeed, and like he hasn't been proved to be to misinterpret what he presents to you. He hasn't been proved to be a fake at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm very familiar with John Edwards, and actually I agree that John Edwards says the Arcturians are the first original rulers of the earth. I wasn't aware he said that. However, I'm impressed.
Candy says she resonates with Arcturian. Interesting.
Amazing. Yeah, basically Arcturians. Oh, why did the show Rob Toppins? Rob Toppins says, why did the show restart? Because we had a glitch, and there are spiritual entities that don't want us to broadcast to you because they think you might enjoy our show. Or the other reason is, like, I messed up and pressed the wrong button. That might be the other reason. It was one or the other. And I think it was more I pressed the wrong button, actually, and ended the show by accident, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But anyway, we're back on now. And Kirsten says, Kirsten said, I healed a man who was far out of his mind and cawing like a bird. With help from entities, I brought him back in his body. The man who took care of him knew my name. The bird man had my location circled on a map. I went to the bench where this all took place days later, and it was gone, removed like it didn't exist.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Kirsten. Yeah, spiritual entities can do the most amazing of things. So can extraterrestrials, actually, to be honest with you. In fact, I'd even go as far as saying extraterrestrials had blessed Jim Andre with a form of, I'm going to say it, quantum mysticism. However, like, I'm not allowed to publish the word quantum mysticism because it is actually protected under copyright, so I can't say that. However, Jim uses the term that he feels comfortable with regarding healing, and
energetic healing. Yes, energetic healing. Right.
Jim has been blessed with energetic healing with the blessing of short grays from the Zeta Reticuli.
Yeah, that's a reticular,
They are short grays. They bless Jim with healing abilities, and Jim is a professional in his field, and I know of people that he has actually healed of cancer. Now, in theory, they're saying that's impossible. You can't heal anyone of cancer. Yes, Jim Andre has. So, like, basically, not all extraterrestrials are bad.
Yeah, Jim McFarlane can attest to that.
Yeah.
We'll have him on a show one day. We should get him on a show one day, Bradley, so he can tell about that experience when the three Greys visited him one night.
I agree with that. Yeah.
The reason of that visitation was for healing.
Yes, David Nash. What? Oh. Yeah, the Jim McFarlane saying the Bible is a brainwashing tool for weak-minded people that can't think for themselves. I can understand you saying that, Jim. However, that is also debatable because there's an element of truth in all religions. And if the Bible is a brainwashing tool for weak-minded people, then why has it been heavily censored? We have to take that into consideration. David Nash says to Jonathan Edwards, you're referring to as a TV actor and medium. Yes, I've seen him on many TV shows. I'm speaking of a different John Edwards, who is a genius mathematician and spiritual researcher. Thank you, David Nash. I'm thinking of the wrong John Edwards then. I didn't know he was an actor, but he's a psychic medium, and he's very good at it as well, basically. And Candice Fowler says, and Lyran, there's a connection between Arcturus and Lyra. I'm still learning about this. Yeah, thank you, David, for correcting me. Yeah, I'm aware of it, John Edwards. But
read this from Corrine Bradley. I'm sure they'd rather have you read it with your English accent.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm a geezer from London. I'm going to speak to you in a Cockney accent and say, Corrine, go on. I ran into a lady at the powwow who I bought a little crystal ball from, but because it was so connected to me, she asked to give me a blessing. As I accepted, she proceeded to take her hand out of a white glove and put some liquid that came from a combusted drum on her index finger from a small bottle and pointed it at my belly button and ran up to my lips and said that when everyone from this liquid gathers, it would be the sign of the end of the road. Thank you for sharing that with us, Corrine Gornall. Thank you. That's a pleasure to hear you share your thoughts and feelings. Karen Cox. Jim McFarlane says, Jim Mondre is my witch doctor. Oh, witch doctor, hey? Like a magician, a mage? I could always introduce him to the occult if he was interested. However, he doesn't need to access the occult because he has been blessed with other phenomena that enables him to heal people without the help of the occult. So I understand that. Karen Cox says, I heal cancer in active cells. This place lies to you about everything. I heal cancer in active cells. This place lies to you about everything. Well, the truth is, they say the word on the street is there is no cure for cancer and they're looking for a cure for cancer. However, my esoteric intellect and research tells me that alkaline-based vegetables heal cancer. Cancer can't survive in an alkaline-based body where you consume alkaline-based vegetables, such as Brussels sprouts, spinach, cress, cucumber. I could go on. All of these, if you research, you'll discover that alkaline-based vegetables kill cancer. Cancer can't survive in an alkaline-based body. Cannabis oil also kills cancer. I believe you'll find magic mushrooms kills cancer.
Garlic is on the top of that list as well.
Garlic kills cancer. Garlic enables you to live to your 80, 90, 100. It thins your blood, stops blood clots. Jim knows this for a fact.
I know that for a fact because my mom ate raw garlic almost every day. She lived to 98, and my dad is still alive. He eats raw garlic as well, and he's 98 at the moment, and he gets around just as good as I do.
So therefore, the message we're actually saying is garlic will extend your life, and what we're really saying is, don't forget you heard it on Esoteric Hours first. Garlic will enhance your life. Garlic will extend your life. And Jim knows that this is a fact. Also, David Nash says the Bible is filled with many truths, truths that are still being validated to this day. Thank you so much, David Nash. Yeah, I agree with you.
Thomas Lynch says Bradley is a beauty.
Oh, thank you. Tom, that's really kind of you.
Papa Jim is a beauty.
I'd like to invite you out for dinner, Tom. Just get in touch with me. Yeah, that's a pleasure. Yeah, so thank you very much, Tom. It's really kind of you. Yes, David Nash has been around the 111th hertz frequency can kill cancer because, yes, that's a true story as well. Sound frequencies can heal you, kill diseases, and some frequencies can kill cancer, and the 111 frequency.
Well, yeah, that's what it all is. It's all about energy. All about
kills
energy.
Cancer, which was discovered 100 years ago, and the guy who discovered it, I can't remember what happened to him actually, but his work was not embraced and actually stopped him from continuing studying this form of healing using sound frequencies. Also, I'll tell you another secret. 5G has the ability to heal the planet. 5G has the ability to heal people of any disease you can think of. However, will it happen? And the answer is no, because 5G is a weapon of warfare. 5G is also creates smart cities, and smart cities are the future. London's a smart city, Manchester's a smart city, New York and places in America have got a lot of smart cities, enabling them to Driverless cars can park themselves because of smart cities. Oh, there's so much technology and
Yeah,
advancement.
another good cure is colloidal silver.
Absolutely right, Jim. Yeah. And did you know? Oh God, monatomic gold is also another benefit. It can open your psychic eye, enhance your life, remove fatigue, help you to look younger, longer. Yeah, you can live longer. And monatomic gold is available. If you do your research, you will actually locate monatomic gold. Whether it's the real deal or not, it's debatable. Right. You have to develop yourself. Same as colonial. What do you call it?
Colloidal silver. Yeah. Casey Burton says, but they use 5G as a weapon. Well, that's like anything. You can either use it for good or bad. Just like the occult itself, where you can gain power in a good way or a bad way.
Yeah, 5G enables them to, they could disperse a crowd and put a crowd of rioters to sleep using 5G. They can tell what you're saying in your home, what room you're all in. They could tune into your Android phone with 5G. They could heal you with 5G, though that's not going to happen. And like they can do the most amazing things with 5G. 5G is also vibrates on an electromagnetic frequency, which is the same frequency that spiritual entities travel on. So will that affect your connection with spiritual entities? That is debatable, to be honest with you.
Jim McFarland says 5G is dangerous in the wrong hands.
And the truth is 5G is in the wrong hands. And what can we do about it? Nothing at this moment in time, but it is in the wrong hands, to be honest with you. It's not in the hands of healers, is it? To be honest with you, no. 5G is not. Casey Burton said, this is very true. Isaac herb kills cancer too. Thank you for sharing that. Frequency kill everything as well. Absolutely. There's a cure for everything. There's a herb that can normally kill any disease on this planet, although they don't want you to know that.
Joe Pawlowski says, look up MMS. It supposedly healed cancer and other diseases. You just have to be careful with it. Liquid oxygen mixed with water is very good. Yeah, another thing that's good too is that water there. I can't think of it. Anyway, there's a lot of things that are good for curing cancer. Of course, big pharma and the medical industry won't tell you that because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, multi-trillion, possibly.
Yeah, multi-trillion is right.
Yeah, and like a lot of medication you get from the practitioners are manifestly created from the pharmaceutical companies are actually poisons, toxic poisons. They don't actually heal you as such. Some could do,
and he's right, because oxygen does help, because they've been doing experiments recently with oxygen chambers. You know,
and you'll normally find that
in battling cancer.
And when you get medication, you'll normally find that you need another form of medication to counteract the side effects of the medication that you're already taking. So, like, you're not actually doing yourself any favors. Herbal remedies. If you're ill and not well, need help, need assistance with your illness, try and seek herbal remedies, because you'll normally find there is a herbal remedy that can be helpful.
Karen Cox says hydrogen water is what we are supposed to be drinking, like liquid and fruit. Yeah, what I was trying to think of is alkaline water is very good.
Absolutely, Jim. Alkaline water, yes. Which is now being sold in shops, I believe. Never used to, but it is now. And that's a winner.
Read that off from Sam.
Hi there, Sam Thomas. Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and feelings with us, which are, I ran into a jokester, what I call them. Don't feel it was ever human at all. I investigated this old house. I ran into an adventure for approximately 4 years. That house called my name, and I wanted to be at that house. Third time I visited the house, I caught a little, as I call it, reenactment of how they died. Actually witnessed a spirit that was made up of small balls of energy to form a man. He was pacing back and forth, thinking about how to save his family. I felt, I don't believe they even noticed. Wow. Astonishing. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sam. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like, well, spiritual entities and ghosts do exist. I've encountered many spiritual entities. However, I don't believe I've encountered hardly any ghosts. Ghosts are residual energy. Ghosts haunt properties, whereas spiritual entities are actually conscious-minded energy. Spiritual entities are consciousness, like that have intelligence, that are in the next life, and they can jump. Some of them can jump in between dimensions. Candy Fowler said, right,
Go ahead.
you have to be vibing in your upper chakras before you take monatomic gold, because it can cause some strange ill effects otherwise, mostly emotional and psychological. For example, don't drink alcohol while taking monatomic gold. Well, the good news is that I don't drink alcohol at all. Do you drink alcohol, Jim?
I don't know. The only bad advice I got is smoking.
I don't drink alcohol at
Jim
all. And
McFarland says, just like colloidal silver healing cancers, flu, common cold, etc., the government tries to discredit it because it's cheap to produce. Yeah, it's all about the almighty buck.
That's right. And what I've got to say is, look, I do plan on indulging in some monatomic gold in the very near future, and maybe the silver as well. And I'll let you know how I'll get on with that, to be honest with you. Also, B12, I'm going to start taking B12 because it's a booster. It enhances your energy levels to a much higher degree. So I'm going to try some
Joan Marie is
B12.
with us. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris Joan Marie. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you all near us, our esoteric crowd, who are, absorbing our information and sharing their information. And that's what we enjoy about reading the forums, because like you are all, many of you are wise and all knowing.
Chris Joan Marie says at work tonight, it's going well. Maybe you guys helped with some good energy.
Thank you.
Well, we
Thank
like
you,
to think that, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah. We like to think that we share words of wisdom, words of power, esoteric intellect, blessed with diplomacy, for you to enjoy, enhance, and maybe enhance your life. That's what we like to do. We like to think that anyway.
And Candy says, my friend swears he cured himself of cancer with hot lemon water and a vegan diet, which I believe is possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder what my little
Charles Rudd says, hello, guys from Texas. How you doing, Charles?
Hi there, Texas. Hi there, Charles. Oh, my God. Which reminds me, remember the Alamo?
The Alamo, yeah.
And like Mexico sends a message, can it have Mexico says, can it have Texas back? I think that's what it said.
Chris Joan Marie says, always good advice from you guys. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. What I admire about the Alamo, like 198 Texans fought like a few thousand Mexicans. I admire their spirit and their courage to stand for what they believed in, even though they knew they was going to fail and die. I admire their spirit. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
David Nash says, I'm in Decatur, Texas. Texas used to be the largest state until Alaska came into play, right? Now Alaska, I believe, holds that title.
And wasn't it Santa Anna that actually said, I want the Alamo. I want it to be part of Mexico. And and Donald Trump said, what I'm first going to do, which he never actually did. What? Oh, sorry. I wonder what that was. That's me. Hang on, excuse me a minute, please.
Yeah, it's tough to be popular, Bradley.
So who said what? Now I've forgotten who said what. Yeah, Donald Trump. We're not going to talk politics, by the way, but I will say he was going to build a wall to stop the Mexicans from crossing over. How about that? Wow. Really? And did he? No, he didn't.
Yeah, this administration we currently have now, they welcome them in with open arms. So I don't know.
Yeah, so I admire the Alamo, I admire the Texans. Someone said, John Wayne actually said in the film The Alamo, lowest form of man there is. And it really shocked me that he said that. I thought it was quite rude, actually, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's get back to the forum. Don't want to cause any arguments here, but that's what he said. Alaska is the biggest, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Candy Fella says, why not? Lol, let's love each other all. I agree with that. Let's all love and embrace each other. That's what we
Love
should
is the
do.
answer. That's right. Love is the answer.
Even the Christian?
There you go. Is a comment from Sam Thomas.
Sam Thomas, thank you for sharing your thoughts and feelings. Says, I've seen them as real as you and I before. Now, that was a trip to learn, and I could hear her talking in the back room because when she walked by me and down the hall, she was on the phone. Felt a shyness from her. I couldn't understand what she was saying. Spirit chatting. Asked if she was going to join us. The answer I got was, we were only ones here. I got mad because I thought they were messing with me. Wow, that's quite amazing in itself, to be honest with you. Yeah, do spirits mess with you? They can do, basically. You've got to bear in mind that some of them might be ghosts and they don't realise you are there because they can't see you because they're recordings in time, residual energy. However, if they're a spiritual entity, they wouldn't know you're there. Absolutely. They'll probably know what you're thinking as well, actually.
Thomas Lynch says, is not Papa Bradley loaded with good enough attention already?
Papa Bradley, wow, they were like, you know, I'm Daddy. That's what I like. That's what I tell.
Daddy Bradley. Daddy. Yeah. Well, we're going to refer to you as Daddy-O.
Yeah, I am Daddy. And you know, it's me and Jim. We're like bookends, really. I need to trim my sides actually because I'm looking like Santa Claus. But like we are like bookends basically, and we both got similar hats on as well. I think that's quite amazing, actually. Bookends. Yeah, David Nash, John Wayne played in a movie about the Alamo. Good movie. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely was. And Candy says, what trip it would be to keep everything going that he must do every day, all day. What a trip it would be to keep everything going that he must do every day. Yeah. Candy Fowler said, Dad Brad, that's right, my child.
Dad Brad, yeah. I'm gonna call you Daddy-O from now on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna introduce you on my I'm gonna introduce you on Out of the Box podcast as co-host Daddy-O.
Yeah. I'm merely a shepherd and you are my flock. I used to have a nightclub called the Chapel, actually, and like my flock come to the chapel to worship the DJ who would be playing hard house music, which is quite a lot of drums in hard house music, which is affiliated to Shaman as well. And I actually enjoy.
Hey, there you go. David Nash says Esoteric Daddy.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Which means Jim must be esoteric granddaddy, being 10 years older than me, basically.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. I am older than you, yeah.
When I dye my beard, I look younger than he does.
So,
absolutely.
So respect your elders.
Oh, dear. Jim McFarlane says, I just call Bradley arsehole. Oh, my God, Jim. You're heading for a slap, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, like, that's why. That's why.
Jim, I'll calm down. I'll calm down, Jim.
That's why I didn't post that up there on the board.
Wow. And you're related to Elvis. Do you want me to blow the secret? I'll blow the secret. I will. No, I won't.
Candy Fowler says Elder Andre.
Thanks, Candy. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Well, Jim says rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off.
Yeah, like don't forget, Jim, I am familiar with boxing. No, it's all right. I wouldn't have a finger on you, Jim, to be honest with you. I'm very sympathetic.
Hey, we're at the top of the hour already. Can you believe it? Boy, that.
Oh, you're having a laugh? Cool. I'm enjoying this. We could carry on, couldn't we? I don't know. What's the score?
Oh, yeah, it's okay with me if you want to stay on.
Oh, I'll carry on a little bit longer. If they're going to keep, if our esoteric family are going to feed us, with some questions. Yeah, we could carry on actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right, Jim. I know you're only joking.
Jim
Anyway.
McFarlane says, just call Jim Andre witch doctor.
Yeah.
I don't practice voodoo.
Yeah, and I forget I'm amazed and I do some amazing things sometimes. I am freaking amazeballs at random. Oh god, that didn't work. Yes, so Karen Cox says, look up hydrogen water bowl on Amazon. You'll find it very, very healthy. Hydrogen water bowls on Amazon. Karen Cox says lemons in your water are alkaline and have many other benefits. Lemons in your water. Well, we got some education coming through here, haven't we? Thank you for sharing.
David Nash is asking, what you all think of HARP?
HARP. Aren't they familiar for changing the weather?
Yeah, I believe that's microwave beams that they
change the weather.
Put up in the atmosphere to change the weather.
And some say he who controls the weather controls the world. That's a suggestion, an expression, a saying I have actually heard. He who controls the weather controls the world.
Jim McFarlane says, Jim Andre, after the show, I need an energetic healing session to get me feeling better. Yeah, well, I'll contact you, or you contact me after the show, Jim, and we can do a session. And by the way, everybody, I do that, totally free. There's no money involved. There's no scams. It is just what it is.
It is what it is, basically. That's what Jim's saying. It is what it is. Oh yeah, like David Nash, I missed this one, said, yeah, it's not Papa Bradley. Yes, David Nash is replying to Thomas. Thomas is saying it's not Papa Bradley loaded with good enough attention. And David Nash says he must have good energy. Yeah, I'd say I am a light worker, a truth seeker. And like, I'm never miserable. I'm never depressed. I don't suffer with sorrow, despair, anxiety, anything like that. And Jim, I don't believe you do either, do you?
What's that?
Suffer with depression, sorrow, and despair, anxiety.
No.
Are you ever?
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm laid back, and I love nature. And right now, I love where I live in Florida, down here amongst the orange groves.
Yeah, basically.
I love being connected with nature. I'm satisfied by doing just that.
And I'd like to share something with you. The 10 alkaline foods that prevent cancer from growing in your body are wheatgrass, spinach, kale, watercress, Swiss chard, cucumbers, avocados, broccoli, celery, and sprouts. All prevent cancer from growing in your body. Okay, you heard it on Esoteric Hours first. This is a statement of fact, actually, not a theory. And you heard it on Esoteric Hours.
David Nash is saying of the Big James Webb Telescope, they're saying that it has proved the Big Bang did not happen. Could be the biggest story of the century.
Yes, because Stephen Hawking, about 20 years ago, suggested that the Big Bang Theory was the birth of the universe. And he made his name famous, become a household name for 20 years. Then 20 years passed, and he said, you know something? I actually think I could be wrong, and there might not have been a Big Bang Theory at all. Although that's debatable, he said there might not have been a Big Bang Theory at all. But now we have to look at, there's two other options that the Big Bang Theory could have been the end of the old universe and the beginning of the new universe. And there's also another possibility, you have to take this on board, the Big Bang Theory never occurred because the universe always was, always is, and always will be, like a circle. It was never ending. It never ended in the first place. It's always been
That's right. And I also believe that there are multiple parallel universes.
So basically, you have to take that into consideration as well. Yeah. Candy Fowler said, I'm happy most of the time. Well, you're one of Bradley's angels, so that's one of the reasons why I can understand you saying that. And the other one is because you're a very cheerful, upbeat, lively, member of
Chris
Bradley's
John
angels. You're an angel.
Chris John Marie says I have terrible anxiety, but I do my best to cope. Well, I hope you're able to better deal with that in the future there, Chris.
Yeah, onwards and upwards if you can. Focus your mind on things that you enjoy, things that you used to enjoy. What were your hobbies in the past? What did you enjoy doing? Did you know if you wish to seek ascension, you should help others without seeking reward, and also participate in hobbies and tasks that you used to enjoy or that you enjoy now, and you will find that ascension will embrace you. And not only that, you actually will stop being miserable and depressed as well. Whether you believe that or not, it's debatable. The truth is, that's
David
how it
Nash
works.
says the Big Bang Theory is like 120 years old.
Wow. Thank you for sharing it. Wow. Thank you, David.
Candy Fowler says, thank you, Bradley.
Yes, pleasure, Candy. I like, lifting your spirit, Candy. I like lifting Daisy 10 ponies. In fact, I like lifting all your spirits. Jim likes helping and healing people. I like lifting their spirits and helping them to ascend if I can. Essential is not impossible. And also, ascension, does exist. It's real. The purpose of life is to seek ascension. And seek it. Seek ascension if you can. Tiffany Reynolds.
Sam Thomas says nature is awesome. I could go into the woods and never come back out. Get homing pigeons. I feel the same way. I feel the same way about nature. I'm really connected to nature itself.
Me too. Like if I wanted a magic wand, I could go to a tree, pick up a stick, thank the tree and bless the tree for allowing me to take the stick, take it home, and that could actually become a magic wand for me to actually.
Tiffany is in the house. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for joining us. Tiffany received a gift from me today, a pentacle, and so did Daisy 10 Ponies. I sent to her a pentacle, and I hope that would offer you protection and embrace your life, basically, because it's a pleasure to have you near me. They are Bradley's angels as well. And what else do we have to mention?
David Nash says, topics: Rendlesham Forest incident, Mothman, Bigfoot, cryptoids, ancient discoveries, remote viewing.
Out of all of that, I must confess. Yeah, some say Bigfoot. What can we say about Bigfoot? Some say Bigfoot is an extraterrestrial. Some say there's more than one Bigfoot, and some say Bigfoot transports himself through portals.
That's right. I believe Bigfoot is interdimensional.
Wow. So I hit the nail on the head there. David Nash says, Bradley. Oh, no, I haven't finished. Remote viewing, says David Nash. Do you know I have experienced remote viewing? I've encountered it. I know it generally does exist. I don't know how to switch it on or switch it off. However, I have encountered remote viewing and looked through the eyes of another and actually saw through their eyes what they saw. And I've seen the most amazing things through other people's eyes through remote viewing.
David Nash is saying, Bradley, you're in England. You must have good ghost stories.
Yeah, I'm in England. I do have some amazing ghost stories. Some of them are so freaking amazeballs. Like, I couldn't expect you to believe some of what I've seen, witnessed, encountered. I couldn't expect you to believe it unless you were extremely open-minded. But yeah, all I can say is when you cross over to the next life, when I cross over, buy my DVD when you cross over to the next life and watch it, and you'll see that my words are binding and sincere, and you will see that I've witnessed the most amazing paranormal phenomena, and like I didn't even know it existed. However, because I've encountered it and witnessed it, I know it does exist, which actually leads me to say to you, anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know what I mean? Well, you've got tattoo on his arm. Anything is possible.
I believe that. Yeah.
You know. Like I told Jim, his mates down the pub did that too, and he's going, no, extraterrestrials did that. Then Jim told me, like, I'm imagining, like, I don't know, we don't go.
Charles Rudd says Sasquatch is a spirit watcher.
Sasquatch is a spirit watcher. And what about the farm? Is who's that on the farm? The government are taking it over. Skinwalkers, yeah, Skinwalker Farm. What about that? Why would the government purchase Skinwalker Ranch? I am right, and Jim?
Yeah, Sam Thomas says dire wolf is Bigfoot's pet. I believe there are other dimensions as well in a spirit form.
Chris Joan Marie says trees are friends. Actually, they are. Trees record memories in time. If there was a murder nearby a tree and a psychic went to the tree and hugged it, the psychic would pick up residue energy off that tree of the recording of the murder that took place nearby.
Just like a recording, yeah.
Yeah, that's what trees do, actually, because trees have consciousness. So do plants are conscious too. And yeah, I do have some good ghost stories. I'll admit that. That's for another day, actually. Yeah, ghost stories. Could do some ghost stories on another show, actually. Basically, Lisa, I was going to shoot off. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everybody for the time, basically. David Nash, out of body experience. My son took some magic mushrooms. He went to the toilet, and when he come back, he saw himself lying on his bed asleep. How about that? Wow, and that was taking magic mushrooms. I have never taken magic mushrooms, so I don't know what they're really like. Many people say I should. David Nash says everything has a consciousness of some type. I believe, yes, that's true, yeah, many people do believe that. Yeah, like as well as druids believe that, like rocks hold energy. Rocks and stones hold energy, plants hold energy, and like you could talk to a plant and make a plant feel good or feel bad. Basically, you could talk to water and make it feel good or feel bad. David Nash says everything has a consciousness of some type. I believe, and you're right to believe that, David Nash. Thomas Lynch says they are us. That's a very good point. Basically, yeah. Basically. David Nash, he said if you talk bad about your car, it could break down. I hadn't really thought about that one. Basically. Do you own a car, Jim?
Possibly make that manifest without even realizing it.
Do you own a car, Jim?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You?
Oh, that's, yeah, I used to have an American car called a Cutlass Supreme. I used to take it to car shows and show my American car off to the public because it was an American car. It was like a pimp mobile, burgundy inside and out. However, I sold it because I live at the gates of Swansea city centre on the marina, and I don't need a car anymore because everything I want is right outside my door, basically. So I don't need a car anymore. So, like, you know, and I save a lot of money not having a car. But yeah, like I've had 3 American cars, and my last car was an American car.
Chris Joan Marie says, try them. I love mushrooms. They will open you up more.
We should all get together and all take mushrooms at the same time. That's what I think we should do. And all go on webcam.
Oh, that would make it a show of interest.
Yeah, basically. Jim McFarlane says anything that exists has some type of energy. Very good point. That's right. Same as I believe all the planets in the universe have life on them. However, not life as we know it. However, they all have life. And like we have Mother Gaia of Terra of planet Earth, all the other planets also have an energy, a conscious energy similar to Mother Terra, known by other names. Ever thought about that? That's what I believe. Oh, David Nash had an 80 Cutlass Supreme. Wow, me too. Mine was an 88 Cutlass Supreme, burgundy in and out, computer dash, like a pimpmobile, very classy, very fast. The engine purred. Wow. Look at the car shows. Yeah. I look like a hustler driving that, basically. Yeah, really nice car, basically. I like American cars anyway, very comfortable. Basically.
Yeah, David Nash says mushrooms are like acid, but they make you sicker where acid is cleaner.
basically. Yes, I have heard David Nash. I have heard that mushrooms can make you sick. If you take too much mushrooms, can make you sick. But Candy Fowler says, I have to disagree. Oh, David, if you have to disagree, that mushrooms make you sick. So that's quite interesting, isn't it, really? Yeah, because you make it into a tea, can't you? Have you ever had mushrooms, Jim?
I tried them a couple of times when I was younger. David Nash says my cutlass was burgundy.
Mine was burgundy, inside and out, a velvet interior. Wow. 2-door, coupe. I think it had a 2.8 engine. The engine purred. Couldn't even hear the engine. Yeah, it was a cruiser. Computer dash. Wow. And you had one too, David Nash. Hey, we got something in common. We got a few things in common, actually. Like, so you had a tasty car, just like me, proper geezer's car. Your esoteric intellect. You enjoy esoteric intellect. Wow. We got quite a few things.
Kirsten says the mushrooms make her sick and dark energy surrounds her. They affect different people different ways, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Wow, mushrooms make us sick. Well, I'm not familiar with mushrooms. I have been prompted to try TNT a few times. However, I've never actually successfully took any. Whether I will or not, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if I need it, to be honest with you. The amount of paranormal phenomena I experience, I don't think I need TNT, to be honest, or magic mushrooms, to be honest with you. Basically. David Nash's mushrooms have strychnine poison in them. They make your stomach hot, and sometimes it makes you vomit. Hard to eat raw. Charles Rudd says, I love mushrooms and camp in the woods. Wow. So we've got quite diverse opinions here. Joe Pawlowski says, have a friend around when doing mushrooms. You might need someone to turn you over if you get sick and stuck on your back. A friend saved my life once this way. That's a very good point, actually. Like, if you're going to be sick, you need to be laid on your side. That's quite a good idea, because if you're laying on your back, you could choke on your own vomit. If you're laid on the side, you'll puke the vomit outside. That's quite a good idea. Very good point. Thank you for sharing that, to be honest with you. Very good point. Thank you, Joe. Sam Thomas says they make me laugh, but can't help but smile. Jenna Lee, hi Jenna. Nikola Tesla famously said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. Close to a direct quote. He actually said sound, frequency, and vibration is what he actually said.
And I agree, because the bottom line is everything is about energy, based on energy. Yeah.
Yeah. And which is sound, frequency, and vibration come from the cosmos, and the cosmos, you can see the universe. The cosmos is a little bit harder to see, basically, because it's full of frequencies and paths and currents that are quite difficult to see. However, it is not impossible to see if you have like the right equipment, some form of camera. You can actually see the currents flying through the cosmos. Yeah, sound, frequency, and vibration, and everything is energy, like Jim says, and like generally says, which you are right to suggest this, because energy is one of them. Energy is what creates manifestations, basically.
Energy is where it's at, and love is the answer.
Love is the answer. See, Jim says love is the answer, and love is the answer, and the message is love. Jesus spread the word that the message is love. Follow the message and not the messenger. That's what he suggested. However, the Christians follow the messenger, which is Jesus, and also who's the other one? Muhammad. Follow Muhammad, because he's the messenger. Well, the message is love. Jim got it right. The message is love, basically. Love is the Al Green actually sang a song called "Love is the Message," and the message is love. I don't know if you remember that song.
Candy Fowler says Terence McKenna believed that mushrooms are what expanded early human consciousness on the African savannah.
David Nash says, makes you laugh a lot. Jaws get sore from laughing. Thomas Lynch says, go for cosmos and nothing less. Yes, absolutely. The cosmos.
Kirsten says, bye, fun talk. See you later, Kirsten. She says, everything is energy and there is only love. Everything else is a call for it.
Yeah, energy. Right, energy. Energy creates manifestations. Words of power create manifestations, and of course ripples in the cosmos, and that is how manifestations occur, and that is called magic, basically. And magic is energy. So yeah, everything is energy. Thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, David Nash says, yes, there was mushroom cults all over the world thousands of years ago.
Mushroom cults, absolutely. The reason why I don't go out mushroom picking is because I'm not sure what ones are poisonous and what ones are safe. So I probably end up picking the wrong one. So I don't go mushroom picking. I ain't got a clue what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. Not that I need them anyway, but I don't really know what is actually safe and what not safe. Basically.
Well, what mushrooms are basically is a stimulant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Candy Fowler says, I've got the manual. Well, that's a good idea. That's quite wise to go out there with the manual.
Plenty of experience there, huh, Candy?
Yeah. Candy, wise and all-knowing. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you near.
Parafam Studios here. Hello all. How you doing, Parafam?
Hello, Parafam Studios. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you near us. And welcome to Esoteric Hours, where we share esoteric intellect, blessed with diplomacy, for wise men and women like yourself, basically. David Nash says, John of Patmos, who wrote Revelations in the Bible, was more than likely taking mushrooms before prophesying. Yeah, that's absolutely a very good point. Yeah, because do prophets take magic mushrooms? Well, that's actually why not, to be honest with you. I don't think they need to, but I would say some do take magic mushrooms. Prophets are, some say the Bible was written by prophets, and they were prophets writing, scribing into the Bible using the hand of God. That's a theory. Prophets still exist to this very day. And although if you don't know, then you don't know, do you? Like, they do exist to this day. I'm aware of some prophets that actually do exist. And yeah, and they have esoteric intellect to share.
Yeah, it's all about stimulation and inspiration.
I'm aware of the occult has some prophets, a lot of initiates in the occult. I recognise that. David Nash says, yeah, they will speed you up, kind of like meth, but you can calm down much quicker. I'd take milk to come down quicker. Wow. You take milk to come down quicker, so you take magic mushrooms, David? Wow, that's quite interesting. Yeah, and yeah, you're sharing wise words. You're not saying anything bad about them, are you? You know? And Mother Nature supplies magic mushrooms. Yeah.
And David says he hasn't done them in over 20 years.
Isn't it agawasha or something? Are you familiar with what I'm trying to say? A word? Agawasha or something? It's a shaman drink that, yeah, that takes you to the most amazing places. And that's how shamans connect with ancestors, spiritual ancestors, using that drink. And by connecting with their ancestors, they are blessed with predictions and premonitions of the future, and that offers them guidance of the right path to follow. I don't know if you're aware of that. Yeah, Candy Fowler says psychoactive, yes, but I don't think it's classified as a stimulant. Yeah, basically. Wow. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Pleasure to have you near us.
We're coming down to the bottom of the hour now.
Yeah, basically. It's Timmy Jim's bedtime, so we're going to have to go soon.
Oh no, I'm not the one that falls asleep and misses in action, Bradley. That's you.
Wow. He knows how to hurt me, doesn't he? You just said, like, my Tamara L. Collins says, "Hi, beautiful hearts of my mirrors." Oh, that's really kind of you, Tamara. Thank you for saying that.
David Nash says, "Yeah, it is very stimulating." LOL.
Yeah. So Tamara says, "Hi, beautiful hearts of my mirrors." Yeah, mirrors are portholes. I've got loads of mirrors, in fact, to be honest with you, tall ones. Ideal for scrying. If you scry a mirror, you can actually see spiritual entities. You can also see the living, the undead, in mirrors if you scry them. And there are also portholes as well. Spiritual entities can travel through mirrors. Spiritual entities can also travel through PC monitor screens, and some say through your Android phone as well. I'm aware that spirits can travel through mirrors, and I am aware that spirits can travel through PC monitor screens because I've seen that myself with my own eyes, and so I know that that's true as well. So, like, yeah, you can actually put a cross on a PC monitor screen or a mirror, and that will actually prevent negative energy from coming through it. That's something that you should maybe try.
And Candace Follows says, "Love every single one of you," and the feeling is mutual, Candy.
Basically, Candy. It's really kind of you. Thank you for saying that. We are here to enhance the lives of etheric intellect. Everybody, to enhance their life, extend their life, give them a better quality of life, and also to offer them the ability to help others. We help you by teaching you to teach others to teach others. That's what teachers do. A good teacher will teach you to teach others, basically. That's what
Charles Rudd says, "I have really enjoyed this today. You guys are serious about love. That's it. Love is the answer."
We are. The only reason why me and Jim don't embrace each other and have a man hug is because we're too far apart, basically.
Yeah, we got that pond in between us there, that channel there.
Yeah. But yes, we would like to embrace each other, but we can't because we're too far apart. But yeah, that's basically right. So the message is love. We love each other. We love you, and and we're hoping you're
Tamara L. Collins says, "Yes, love's most call back all your energy back to your heart now." Yeah, that's where love truly lies, is within the heart.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Love is the message, and the message is love. Yeah.
Tamara says, "No fear awareness is more powerful."
Awareness is more powerful. I actually think respect is quite important as well. Respect is the key. If you wish to open doors in this garden of life, respect is the key that opens doors. I don't worship or give praise to any deities or jinns or gods or goddesses. However, I do pay homage to them all, and by showing them respect and paying homage to them all, I will actually open doors. That's what I believe.
You know, the bottom line is we're all in this together. You know?
Yeah.
And we can make it a better world to live in or a worse one. I mean, but we got to learn to do that as a collective.
So Tamara L. Collins says, "Yes, love must call back all your energy back to your heart now. No fear, awareness is more powerful. Generally, says ghosts in the machine or archons and other entities in the World Wide Web. There's good and bad in all species. However, I haven't heard anything good about archons except that archons despise mankind and they feed off our lush and they wish to create chaos in our mind. Although, if anyone's got anything nice to say about an archon, I'd be interested in hearing it." Sam Thomas says, "I love the show. Full of peacefulness with everyone here. Thank you all. It's a pleasure." Sam Thomas, Esoteric Hours, broadcast at 5 p.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday and every Sunday with me and Jim Andre, and normally a guest as well. Thank you for enjoying the show. Parafam Studio says, preach it, Bradley, yeah. And that is from Parafam Studio, who are also worth researching. Subscribe, share, and like. Esoteric Hours, this show. If you like it, please subscribe, share, and like. And also Parafam Studios, please like, share, and subscribe to them as well at the same time, because we're all in the same business, and that is spreading the word, educating the masses. Educating the masses with esoteric intellect, basically. That's with diplomacy, and that's what we do. Thomas Lynch, awareness, ask and wait, because without us are asking fully, nothing comes anyways. Absolutely. Yeah. Jim McFarlane says, later guys, later, Jim. Thank you for joining us. Pleasure to have you near me. Pleasure to have Parafarm Studios on the show as well. Yeah, what an honor. We are bringing the show to a close.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Basically, yeah, basically. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Pleasure to have you near us. See you next Sunday at, let's get this right. No, sorry, see you on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time with me, Bradley Powers, and Jim Andre. Thank you very much for joining us.
Later.
Pleasure to have you near. Goodbye.